Good morning on this very foggy morning in Michigan. Like I said at the end of the previous vlog, I spent the night in the car at the highway rest area about 20-25 miles east of Grand Rapids. And what I'm doing right now, I was gonna just spend the day in downtown Detroit, but I am on the way to Port Huron. Damn, I'm gonna turn on the defrost here in the car. Hopefully you can still hear me. Wow. Foggy day, and it hasn't just been the last few minutes. It has been this foggy for the last 2 hours that I've been driving. So instead of going to downtown Detroit today, I'm going to Port Huron, which is clear across the state from Grand Rapids, right on the eastern shore of Michigan. Because I'd like to see Lake Huron. I've never seen it before. It's one of the Great Lakes I've just never laid eyes on. So that's where I'm headed right now. It's about a 2-hour and 15-minute drive from the rest area that I was at. And like I said in the previous video, people drive so fast in Michigan. So I've been going about between 80 and 85 the whole way. And even drove past a cop doing 85 and he didn't do nothing. He just sat there and I drove on by. Very much appreciate Michigan, how fast the traffic flow is here. Like, you would never get away with this in New England. Or a lot of other places I've been. So that's the quick foggy update so far this morning. I'll talk to you from Port Huron on the shores of Lake Huron. So the fog is actually just now starting to clear up a little bit. And I'm going to show you this mirror on the car. I don't know if you can see it, but there's ice forming on the front of the mirror just from driving through all the fog for the last couple hours. It hasn't rained at all. About 25 miles outside of Port Huron. So I just pulled over to rest for a minute in a parking space. This is downtown Port Huron, Michigan, which is quite a bit bigger than I expected. I didn't look up what the population is, but it reminds me a lot of Kenosha, Wisconsin, just a little bit more upkept and slightly nicer. Maybe I'll drive through downtown after I go see the lakeshore. Here's a little more of Port Huron. This is a bigger town than I was expecting. So this is like a 1.5 miles north of downtown Port Huron. I'm still in Port Huron. Just came here because it's a little park to see the lake. I've never seen Lake Superior before just now. I'll show you. Another one of the Great Lakes. Those buildings directly across, that's actually Canada. And there's a bridge, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bridge over there that goes into Canada. I'm not doing that, I'm staying in my own country. But this is right on the Canadian border. Off to the right, that whole area of land you can see directly across is Canada. Lake Huron is massive. It is so big. I mean, all the Great Lakes are among the largest in the world. What I'm noticing here, compared to Lake Michigan yesterday, the shoreline is much rockier. Like, it was just pure beach sands over at Lake Michigan. This is very, very rocky here. there's a better view of the bridge to Canada. That lighthouse in the foreground, that's right here in Port Huron. There's a museum in there, but I don't actually have time to visit it today because I gotta get to the airport in a few hours. That was well worth the drive over here. I'm so glad I got to see that. Next thing I'm doing, I'm gonna go get some food at Del Taco in New Baltimore, Michigan, which is, I don't even know how far, it's like half, I don't know, it's south of here somewhere. But gonna get there eventually, then see what time is left after that, because I got a 4 o'clock flight back home. Just sitting on the plane thinking about what my next trip is gonna be. It's never a great feeling going home from a trip. That's why I'm just so hooked on these things, because I always gotta plan another one. But anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this one because it's not over yet. And I will, if I remember, show you a picture of what I order. I'm in New Baltimore, Michigan. It's midway between Port Huron and Detroit. I stopped here because there's a Del Taco I'm gonna eat at. And I decided to send my skates home and send a box home because I was debating whether or not I wanted to just go back to like a used sporting goods store and get whatever cash I could for the skates. But I really wanted to take them home, and you can't fly with them unless you check a bag, and I never check a bag because it's an absolute ripoff. But I went to a Staples to ship a package, which they use UPS. Now, I prefer FedEx. I usually go to a FedEx office and ship there. The service is really great. They package it all up for you. They tape it up, and they don't. I have no relation to them. That's my personal opinion. But they have really good service, but they're hardly ever open on Sundays, and that was the case in this area. So I had to go to Staples to ship a box through UPS. But the price was pretty good. They gave me a coupon right at the checkout, so it was less expensive than I thought it was going to be by like $10, which was awesome. But man, that took forever, because at FedEx office, they enter all the information for you, and I've done this on numerous trips. It's probably the dozenth time I've shipped a package on a trip. And it's just an easy, smooth process, and here was anything but. It was like it took the girl at the checkout forever to tape up the box, and I mean, she was trying. I don't blame her. She eventually did it, but man, that took a lot of time. I gotta hurry up and eat now. So I will take a quick picture of what I get at Del Taco and then see what amount of time is left after that, because I only have a couple hours before heading to the airport. Alright, so since the last time you've seen me, I was in Del Taco up north of town in New Baltimore. That was about 30 miles north of Detroit. And I just drove 60 miles due south, and now I'm about 30 miles south of Detroit in Monroe, Michigan. Just went to a Love's Travel Stop, which is a big truck stop. And I did that because I felt like taking a shower after being on the road for 3 days, sleeping in the car a couple of nights. So I splurged on the $12 for a truck stop shower, which was very, very refreshing. And a truck stop shower, I mean, most people have probably never even thought to do that, but they are open to the public. You don't have to be a big rig driver to use them. The going rate about any place you go is $12. Like Love's Travel Stops have them, Pilot Travel Centers, Flying J Travel Centers, TA. Like the 4 major truck stop chains all have open to the public showers. Just not many people know that. And like I said, the going rate's about $12 no matter where you go. And it's way nicer than you're probably thinking. Cue pictures now. So well worth it. And I got gas in the rental car. I just filled it up. I'm in a Ford Fiesta, by the way, because I always ask them for a Ford, because that's my favorite brand. I drive an F-150 at home. And the Ford Fiesta is like the most economical Ford there is. I just had about an eighth of a tank left, and to fill it up till it clicked was $18. Amazing. Just this car is so economical. I do like driving a truck at home and a big vehicle, but when I'm driving, you know, 500, 600, 700 miles in a couple of days, it's nice to have something more economical. But anyhow, that's going to close out the trip. All I'm doing from here is driving about 20 miles or so back to Detroit Metro Airport, and I'm flying home on Delta, non-stop back to Boston Logan. And that's going to wrap up the trip. If anything happens between now and then that's interesting, I'll throw it in the vlog. But otherwise, I will see you whenever the next video comes out. More likely than not, I will be going on another trip in January. That's what I'm looking at, some options. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Like, I'm not even going to tell you what I've been looking into. I've been looking into some pretty fun options. But there will be more travel vlogs in January, and before then, I'm sure I'll do some sports games or sports road trip or something. So I'll talk to you before too long. Thanks for watching.